The Roman Navy didn't have the capacity to stand there in Acre or in Jaffa or in Gaza and to say, hey, Moshe, where do you want to go? You want to go to Ledo to run a tourist agency for naughty Jews? There was no exile. And the Jews do not form a continuum. And all the Jews that we see around the world, if they are white, they are probably Khazarians. If they are Sephardi Jews, they are probably Berber, who converted into Judaism, then into Islam, then invaded Spain, and then found Judaism again. And when they talk about going back to their promised land, they are just bullshitting. Regardless of the fact that you cannot go to a place 2,000 years later. Can you go to the land of your forefathers in Europe? Americans, or or India, or I don't know. Where? Palestine? I know Saudi, but I don't know where your forefathers are from. Saudi, yeah, probably. Actually, they are there, so you don't have a problem. But I guess, Daddy, I'm back. No, you can't. Try to think. Do you think that a bunch of Italians arriving in London, at London Piccadilly Circus tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning, with caterpillars starting to flatten the central London, would get away with it? After 2 days, somebody in London mayor office understand that they weren't authorized to do it, and they come to them and say, what are you doing? And they don't even speak English. And then they bring an Italian translator and say, oh, this was the land of our forefathers. We are Italian, they were Romans. They will get arrested. Or mobbed and lynched. They wouldn't get away with it. The Jews got away with it quite easily in Palestine. Quite easily. And this is shocking, because they exploited it. In 48, when Young Israel expelled 80%, 700, 800 Palestinians, 800,000, sorry. Yeah, sorry. The world applauded. In 67, the same. Thousands, tens of thousands. And the world kept quiet. The Israelis could stop there. Not that it would change for me. I would definitely support the right of return anyway. But for them, it just increased their appetite. And apparently, they made a mistake. Because people start to understand now what happened in Palestine. And it's not just in Israel. It is very hard for us to say where the Israeli stops, the Zionist start where the Zionist stops and the Jew starts. Israel is the Jewish state. Every crime that it commits is committed in the name of the Jewish people. I wouldn't go as far as saying that every Jew agree with Israel. But from its perspective, these are crimes that are committed in the name of the Jewish people. And as it happened, institutionally at least, world Jewry supports Israel. There are just very few sporadic Jewish bodies that oppose Israel, and in fact the only serious collective that I can see that is ideologically consistent are the Torah Jews that actually oppose Israel in the name of the Bible. I definitely don't take J Street very seriously. I see it as a fig leaf operation, and it will be exposed soon. Why they get everything wrong? Because they do not have history. People who possess a real vivid notion of history and understand our past in terms of revisionism, and I deliberately use the word revisionism because they hate revisionists. So I use it. Yes, I support every form of history revisionism, including Holocaust revisionism. People who understand history in terms of revisionism understand the notion of causality, they understand the consequences of their action. So they would understand that if they shred the Holy Land with this megalomaniac, humongous walls, this close any prospect of hope. People who possess a real vivid notion of history don't send seal divers against humanitarian activists. They understand the consequences. Try to think of yourself. You had some quarrels with your partners. You do understand that if you take a shotgun and take the knee, it will be very hard to reconcile after. You understand it. It is simple, isn't it? But somehow, in Israel, they don't understand it. They don't understand that starving 1.5 million Palestinians is something that closes any possibility of reconciliation, or will make it very, very difficult. Humanism is primarily making friends with our human condition. It is the understanding that to be is to be bounded to temporality, to understand that we live in a kind of strange present that we cannot define. Our past is drifting away, and all is left for us is hope, future. And I want to end with the most devastating thing I can say. I like to be devastating, and I'm good at it. What happened in the Mavi Marmara is not just a war crime. It's not a war crime. Not even a severe war crime. What happened in the Mavi Marmara was killing Christ again. Why? It's not the same people. There is no continuum between the ancient Israelites and the Israeli seal divers or the Israeli government. There is no continuum, biology, race. It's not the same people. It is the same ideology. It is a crude assault on goodness. Christ, the kindest of all men, could treat people blindness, and the Mavi Marmara was carrying medicines. It's the same, the similarity is clear. Why is it the same ideology? Why is it the same ideology? Because it was inevitable. Zionism was there to relaunch the ancient Israelite project. I think that I spoke about it once in Denver. Just because before I joined the Israeli army, they found some bones in the Judea desert. They decided that these were the bones of Bar Koziva, the Jewish rebel from, I don't know, the first century. Yeah, Bar Kokhba. And they buried him or them or whatever, these bones, may even be in a donkey. They buried these bones in an IDF military ceremony. So they turned him into an Israeli soldier, and practically speaking, I joined Bar Kokhba's army. They created a continuum between the ancient Israelite and the current Israeli state. So, they were successful at it. And it's not surprising at all that the ideology and the lethal barbarism was relaunched as well, came to life. And this is what we see now. This is our only planet so far. I don't know, unless I didn't read the news and NASA just managed to find another one. We better start to take care of it. I do realize that quite a few of you are concerned with global warming. I would say that Israel and its supportive lobbies are far more dangerous. It's an imminent, immediate danger.